Hey again. I got a request for a video about my skincare routine and basically how I keep my skin relatively clear, and so I thought that's what I would do today. Ironically, I'm actually breaking out right now. You can't really tell because I covered it up with makeup, but anyway, to start with, I'll explain basically how I take my makeup off and wash my face and moisturize. I guess the first thing is I always take off my makeup before bed. Even when I'm like roaring drunk, I still manage to take off my makeup before I go to sleep pretty much every time. And that's really, really important to keep your pores unclogged, and it's just really important. To take all your makeup off before bed, especially your eye makeup. You can really hurt your lashes by leaving mascara on and sleeping with it and waking up with panda eyes. Waking up with panda eyes isn't fun, and it's really not fun to take off. So I looked for a really long time to find a basically one and all makeup remover type thing, something that I could take off my eye makeup and my face makeup with. The best thing I found so far is MAC Cleanse Off Oil. I'm almost out, sadly. But basically it's a makeup remover and cleanser in one. And what you do is I use about 1.5 or 2 pumps, and with a dry face and dry hands, and you rub your hands together and rub it on your face, including your eyes, and your eye makeup will come off and you'll have panda eyes, or really, really messy smoky eye, I guess. And then what you do is you take some warm water or cold, whatever you prefer, in your hands and wash all the oil off and your makeup, and it becomes a cleanser. It actually turns a little bit white. And so you take off your makeup, and then it turns into a cleanser, and it washes everything away. And it's awesome, really. A lot of the time, I will have some eye makeup residue, which gets on my nerves. But it's a testament to how well my eye makeup stays on, I guess. So usually after that, I'll use some Urban Decay Meltdown makeup remover. And I'll just put a little bit of that on a cotton round, not a cotton round, the flat round ones, and take the residue off. And this works really well. I have really sensitive eyes and sensitive skin in general, so this has been my favorite eye makeup remover that I've used, and it's not that expensive. I think it's like $20, but it's definitely worth it. I use it every day, probably twice. After that, I wash my face with my Body Shop Tea Tree cleanser, which is really nice, and it really wasn't expensive. You can pick it up at Sephora, I think, or the Body Shop, obviously. And tea tree oil is known for just being really good for your skin, and it smells wonderful, and it's all tingly, and it feels really cool. But anyway, yeah, really good for blemish-prone skin or uncooperative skin, and sensitive skin too. So I wash with this after I take off all my makeup. I usually do this in the morning. I don't like to do it at night very much unless my skin is feeling particularly dirty or something. Then I wash it off. And then I always, always, always moisturize in the morning and at night. And I use the same one every time. It's the Bobbi Brown Hydrating Intense Night Cream. I know it's intended for nighttime, but I have extremely dry skin. So I use it in the morning and at night, and I just put it everywhere, under the eyes and everything, and I just let it sit. Every once in a while, especially in the winter, or whenever I feel like my skin is really dry, more than normal, I'll use a something like the Origins Drink Up 10-minute mask. It's supposed to be it's funny, it's supposed to be a mask. But my skin is so dry that it just soaks it up, so there's nothing to wash off. It comes out white, but when you put it on, it turns clear. And so it's not really a mask, so to say, but yeah, my skin just soaks it right up. I don't even have to wash it off. But for other people who have I guess less dry of skin, they would put this on, leave it on for 10 minutes, and wash it off, and that's how that would work. But for me, my skin just soaks it up. And this works pretty well as far as moisturizing goes. I wouldn't use this as my main moisturizer, though. It doesn't quite make the cut. Also, every once in a while, I will do a legit mud mask type thing. And which ones I use varies, but I do like to pick up these. They're at Ulta. I picked up these at H-E-B, actually. They're like $1. But it's a Dead Sea mineral mud mask. And that seems to help my face just like detox, I guess. And it feels good. And I usually have less face problems or blemishes after I use these. But I don't use these very often. More in the winter. Actually, I'm probably going to use this tonight. I don't really exfoliate that often, even though I have really dry skin. I try not to exfoliate that much. I exfoliate my lips. I use a lip scrub a lot, but I don't really exfoliate my face that much. Partially because I don't have a good exfoliator. I haven't found a good one that I liked. And the other reason is I think that exfoliating your face a lot is kind of unhealthy. Like, you need to let the skin grow and like the new skin cells like form and regulate themselves and all that stuff. So I don't really exfoliate that often. I mostly just cleanse and I don't use a toner, but tea tree oil is kind of a natural toner. So I guess that's the only little bit of toner that I use is in my actual cleanser. Pretty much it as far as keeping my skin clear. I just try to take really good care of it. I wash it, I cleanse it, I thoroughly moisturize it. I always take off my makeup. I clean my brushes relatively frequently. Wash my pillowcase, stuff like that. I try to keep my phone, the cover of my phone clear and not oily. This is my iPhone case, by the way. It's really cool. Anyway, a lot of bacteria and stuff can get on here, and so I try to keep it clean, and it's on your face, so you really want to keep that clean. It's charging, that's why it has a cord. So yeah, those are all things that can affect how clear your face is. But the main reason why my face is so clear, the second part of this video, is, I guess, a review of Accutane. Accutane, if you didn't know, is a prescription drug for acne, for really bad acne, pretty much. I had pretty bad acne starting in like middle school until I took Accutane, which was my senior year of high school, or the summer before my senior year of high school. Yeah, so I had a pretty bad acne problem. I would get it like on my cheeks, especially on my forehead. And nothing really helped. I mean, it wasn't, for some people, like, their acne is a bacterial problem, and so they just, like, get, like, whatever, Proactive. And it works for them because it's a bacteria problem. It's a topical issue. It's not a hormonal thing. But for a lot of people, including me, my acne was a hormonal issue, and so it was internal, and no matter how many times I washed my face or kept my face clean or applied, like, ointments and shit, excuse my language, nothing worked. And so eventually, when I moved back to the States, the summer before my senior year of high school, I went on Accutane for 5 months, and it's actually it's a real pain in the butt, but it's worth it. It's so worth it. Basically, my review is I'm really glad I took Accutane, because my face is pretty clear, like 90% of the time, except for when I'm stressed. Compared to before I took Accutane, even when I do break out now, my face is so much better. When you're on Accutane, if you get pregnant, you can have basically alien spawn babies. So they're really strict for women, specifically because obviously you can pop out babies. They make you like go take a monthly pregnancy test. You have to be on 2 forms of birth control, etc., etc., etc. And so I had to do that, and that was kind of a pain in the butt, but it was worth it. Also, they do blood checks because it can be kind of hard on your liver. And it also makes your skin and lips and everything really, really dry. And so I already have like really dry skin anyway, and so when I was on Accutane, it was like hell as far as trying to moisturize goes. Like, I probably went through about 500 tons of Vaseline for my lips, and now that's the only thing that will moisturize my lips is Vaseline. And I used to be like a real like Burt's Bees junkie, and now that doesn't even work anymore for my lips. It's like they reject it. I can only use Vaseline, and so I guess that's the lasting effect of Accutane is I have to use Vaseline for my lips, which, I mean, I'm not really complaining. But yeah, the majority of the reason why my face is so clear is because I took 5 months worth of Accutane. The rest of the reasons why my face is clear is because I take care of it. Would definitely recommend getting on Accutane if your doctor recommends it. I concur with him or her. It really helped me. I can do so many more things now that my face is rather clear. Like before in high school, I was really subconscious about it. I wouldn't go swimming really because I would have to worry about my makeup coming off. Anything that might mess up my makeup, I wouldn't do because I'd be afraid that my makeup would come off and like my face would just be a mess because my face was already breaking out. So yeah, it's definitely, I would say it's definitely helped with my confidence level, and it's so much better not to constantly like have to worry about my face. And also, I don't spend as much on concealer. I used to spend like $1 bajillion on concealer just to cover up all my blemishes before I took Accutane. Oh, also, another note about Accutane, if you do go on it, or if you've already taken it, you know what I'm talking about, or maybe not, you don't, but usually when you go on Accutane, it'll get worse before it gets better, and so your face will get worse before it starts clearing up. But I'd say after the first month and a half, maybe 2 months, my face was extremely clear. My lips were really dry and stuff, but my face was super clear. And it has stayed pretty clear since I got off. The only time I break out, like I said, is when I get stressed out. And then I break out and then I get stressed out because I break out. So it's kind of a snake eating itself. It's a vicious cycle. But it's always been that way. And that's about it, I think. That's all I can think of. So I hope this video was helpful for anyone who was wondering about my skincare routine. And if you have any questions about the products that I mentioned, or how I do things, or anything like that, or any questions about Accutane and my like personal experience with it, please feel free to leave a comment below, or send me a message, and I'll get back to you. Alright, so I will see you cool cats later.